You can't expect to evolve spiritually if you never practice mindfulness. Good morning. Doop. Good morning, Ellie. Good morning, Bambi. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome. I planned on filming this outside, but as soon as I set up my stuff on my balcony, it started raining, so we're back inside. I thought it'd be nice to sit next to the open window so we can hear the thunder and have some of those vibes going on. So that's a bit of the setup today. I wanted to welcome you guys back. Thank you again for joining me. Today we're talking about mindfulness, and this is such an important topic. As I said, you can't expect to evolve spiritually unless you practice mindfulness. It's just as simple as that, and it's really not hard to do. So I wanted to share with you guys my tips, my daily mindfulness routine for making sure that I'm staying accountable and keeping that as a top priority. So the first question you might be asking is what really is mindfulness? Because this has become not a buzzword, but I mean, everyone's talking about it, and it's kind of, it's kind of up to each person to decide for them when it comes to their routine. But what it really boils down to is this authentic awareness of the physical realm. It's a direct connection to spirit or yourself, your higher self. And it really boils down to just a complete awareness of the presence. And so something I don't think people talk about super often is why it's important. Everyone says do it and be mindful, and it's so important, but no one explains why it's important. And so I wanted to explain that. It has so many benefits that have been scientifically proven, increasing confidence and just overall happiness, reducing anxiety, and it's really just an all-around mind cleanser. And it's also in the spiritual community seen as a really great way to help if you're on your shadow work journey, integrate your shadow self. And it also gives you an increased connection to your psychic senses. I believe that everybody has psychic senses. They have some version of one of the clairs, and it's just really repressed from our society. And so when you're able to quiet your mind and allow your authentic self to just exist and be here now, and that's all that matters, then I think we become a lot more attuned to those gifts that we have. I left my drink. Where'd I put it? Oh. You guys saw me make this lemonade, and I left it. So grab something to drink, and let's go practice some mindfulness. Cheers. My first mindful routine every morning is gratitude. And so usually I will write in my gratitude journal 3 things that I'm thankful for. And I set 3 as the base. Obviously, I'm not gonna hold myself to just 3 if I wanna write more. And if I am really sleepy or if I'm in a rush and I don't write in my gratitude journal, I at least, when I wake up, I sit there and I immediately think of 3 things I'm thankful for. So you don't have to write it down. That's just a way I've been able to keep myself accountable, but again, you can just think about it. And then as I'm getting up and throughout my morning, I'll just thank everything. I know that sounds kind of silly, but I say good morning to my plants and my cats, and I thank them, and I just do the most gratitude, because first of all, it's manifesting 101 if you want to manifest things, but also it's just a good habit to have. It makes you really happy, and it really does increase your mindfulness because it makes you aware of the things in your daily life that you might not think twice about, because you're so used to it. So it allows you to show thanks for everything. I even get so hippie, and sometimes I will sit in the sun and just like thank the sun and thank nature, and just find a million different things. You can thank your coffee, your food, your water. Like, there's so many things to be thankful for. I firmly believe if you can't seem to find 20 minutes for mindfulness, that usually means you need like double the amount of time. Yoga is something I've been practicing for the last year probably, and I think it's helped me so much. It, first of all, just makes me feel so connected to my body and my physical realm. It makes me feel prepared and like, you know, just getting that movement in and those stretches in, you just feel so much better. It's also a way to take time to just be present. I've been following Yoga with Adriene. I know she's like huge here on YouTube, and I really love her. I love her vibe. I love the way she speaks to you during it. It's super inclusive. It makes you feel really good, regardless of how flexible you are. So I have found so much happiness like following along with those videos, but sometimes if I'm super tired or I don't feel like well, then I'll just do some bed stretches and some bed yoga. But I really do try to make myself do like real yoga like every day. For this year specifically, meditation has been such a huge growing point. I used to just constantly push it off, and I would get constant like spirit guide messages and messages through tarot being like, yo, you need to meditate. And I was really struggling finding a method and a routine that worked for me. But once I did, it's been so much better. I mainly use my meditation for connecting with my spirit and like my psychic senses, but I also have been using it for general mindfulness and also just to calm my stress and anxiety, because you guys know I do struggle with that. So I am so thankful that I am partnering with Aura today for this video. Since I started using the Aura app, I love it. Like, it helps me so much to keep myself accountable, because I've set reminders on it, so it'll send me notifications at a specific time every morning that I know that I'm getting up and I'm starting to get going. So even if I'm like subconsciously trying to avoid meditation, I get that notification and it's like, yo girl, gotta do it. And I love how easy it is to find meditations, because you can filter specific time lengths. You can even like request a specific, like if you want a lady reader, you can request that, which I enjoy. And they also have beginner and advanced meditation, which I think is really, really nice for like all types of people. And like I said, there are just so many different options, and I really like that because it keeps it enjoyable and like fresh. And so I never am like struggling to get started because I'm like, this is a new meditation adventure, like what are we gonna try today, you know? It's literally like Spotify for the mind and soul, because it will recommend you specific meditations based on a little quiz it has you take and also your history. Like I said, they have the beginner and the advanced section, so I've been really jiving with the advanced section just since I've started my shadow work journey. They have a ton of stuff on self-love and healing, and I usually go for anywhere between 10 and 40 minutes depending on what time I have and how deep I'm trying to go. One of my biggest tips with meditation routines is I like to make a ritual out of it. So I'll light my candles, I'll turn my wax burner on, like I'll really set the scene, I'll make sure I'm comfortable, because you know, it is something that you want to be comfortable during. So I think making it like the setup just as ritualistic as the practice is really good. So if you're wanting to get started with Aura, it's super easy, and there is a quiz they'll have you take when you sign up that's really nice and fun, super quick, and it just gets a basic idea of what you're trying to get from your meditation practice. I really liked this because it just helps you filter what you want so much easier. And also, this is exciting, the first 500 people to use my link below will get a free trial and 25% off if you decide to stay. So if you are wanting to get started, definitely click that link. You'll get a free trial and 25% off, and if you do decide to stay, it's literally only $5 a month, so with that discount, it is nice. I have been really, really enjoying this app, so thank you, Aura, again for sponsoring this video, and I hope you guys love it if you get it. Something that has been incredibly important in my mindfulness practice is my time spent in nature. And this is something I've really gotten into over the past couple of years, just the different ways I can be in nature. I've started to hike probably like once a week, maybe once every other week, depending. But I will try to go outside and be in nature for some amount of time every day, even if that's just going out on my balcony. Because literally taking the time to unplug, leave your phone at home if you can, and just be in nature, it's a feeling you literally can't get anywhere else, because it is just so reminiscent of just how you are a part of nature and you're the same as the tree. Do you know what I mean? I know that's so hippie for some of you guys who are new here. You might be like, what? Who is this lady? I'm a hippie, welcome. Usually when I'm in nature, just because I don't have my phone on me or it's put away and I'm having no distractions besides just being in nature, this is when I'll do what I call my daily self check-in, which is self-explanatory. It is kind of a bit of a meditation process, I guess. It's just gaining complete awareness of my body, my physical body, and my emotional body, and seeing if anything feels out of whack, if anything needs some extra love today, if anything comes up that I've been repressing, or if there's anything still lingering on my mind. Usually there's a reason. So I just always kind of like to subconsciously allow my walks in nature to bring things to the surface. This is also just a really, really good time to allow yourself to exist. And I know that sounds silly, but we live in such a crazy, fast-paced environment that is so hyper-focused on productivity that we forget that we are doing our jobs just by existing and just by being here. And, you know, when you're in nature and you're watching the clouds move and the birds just chilling, you kind of realize that. You kind of realize that you are just the birds. Like, you are all here, just existing. And lastly, one of my more witchier mindfulness routines is my tarot pulls. So I do 3 card pulls every morning just to get advice. I'll kind of change it up depending on how I'm feeling. I have my 3 most used decks on my altar space so that I can grab from them intuitively and kind of just welcome in my spirit guides and my deities and see, you know, what messages are going to come through today. And if I am needing some extra guidance or I have a specific question that I want to elaborate more on, then I'll do a more in-depth spread or a larger spread. But this is just a really good time. Just this like routine 3 card pull is a good time to just allow yourself to kind of work that psychic connection muscle, if that makes sense. But it is mindful because it's, you know, you're connecting to your psychic senses, you're connecting to your intuition and your inner feelings, which is so heavily focused on being present. And that's why mindfulness is so important if you're wanting to be a tarot reader, because it's so important to shut everything else down and connect to something that, like a message you're getting from the spirit realm. And a lasting note is simply that everyone's mindfulness journey is going to be different and unique to them, just because that's how we all are. We all have different journeys and different purposes. So if mine looks different than yours, that is totally okay. I encourage you to share in the comments like what you do if you do anything differently, because maybe we can learn, maybe we can find some more stuff. And I encourage you to try some of my tricks if you don't already do them, because it can be nice to try out different things, because some things just work better than others. And it really is just figuring out what works best for you. And mindfulness is a journey, so don't beat yourself up if you fall off, even for weeks or months at a time, okay? It's a journey. It's not going to be something you can just perfect. It's a constant growth and an adventure to learn. So, you know, don't be hard on yourself. Be nice to yourself. Allow yourself the space to grow and just be kind to yourself. Those are my tips. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you all so much, and I will see you guys next time.